Hey guys, welcome back. And today I'm just gonna do something a little different. I'm not really going to I'm not gonna do a deck profile. I'm gonna kind of ramble and kind of talk about my thoughts and some of the things that people have brought up to me and asking me how things are going and like what I think about the current affair of things. Overall, it's gonna be a ramble video. It's gonna be a video you can absolutely skip. It is gonna tank my numbers, and I really don't care because I think it's important to talk about. Um, I enjoy this hobby. This is the thing that I have enjoyed literally since it came out in 1998 and 1999 here in America. This is my favorite franchise. This is my favorite everything. I have been a Pokemon maniac since I was 7 years old, 8 years old, whatever it was. This is my favorite thing on the planet. This is not my favorite person on the planet. This is not my favorite activity on the planet. But this is my favorite thing. I love Pokemon. I genuinely want other people to join. I want people that don't like Pokemon to come talk to me and say, hey, what is this all about? Because I think I can change your minds. Now, is that an inflated sense of self-importance? More than likely. I am on YouTube. So, I mean, give me some credit. Yeah, I'm probably a little narcissistic. But I also just love this hobby, and I want other people to enjoy it too. Not just the playing aspect, not just the collecting aspect, not just the competitive aspect, which I want to do more content on. I just want Pokemon to be shared by everybody. I mean, that's the thing about it. In 2016, when we had Pokemon Go and this gigantic craze happen, and you saw random people you never would have acknowledged on the street running together to go catch a Pidgeot. Like, it was just something that was amazing, and that's something that I like about Pokemon. That's something that, as a competitive player, when you go to these regionals and you go to these internationals, you meet people and see people that you haven't seen in months, potentially even over a year, and you get to mingle with them again. There's a very good friend of mine. His name is Butter. You may have seen him if you're down in the South in Texas and down in like Tennessee and stuff like that. He wears a shirt named Butter. Like, that's his thing. I see him once a year, and I just love being around him. He's a fantastic guy. I love the guy. If you see him, shout him out. He's great. And it's things like that why I love Pokemon and why I think that our hobby and our game, we're in a bit of a pickle right this second. Do I think it's going to pass? Absolutely. It has passed multiple times. Every time, actually. And things will go back to normal. That is a promise. Eventually, the prices will come back down. Eventually, Pokemon, TPCI, Pokemon of America will buy another printing site, a manufacturing site, and we'll print more, and we'll have more available. And then demand will reach that quantity and we'll be short again, and it'll happen again in another 5 years. But overall, I know we'll be okay, and we'll see prices drop and we'll see availability rise again, and the scalpers won't win forever. I think it was the Charizard Premium Collection that was at a point where people were like, I have to get this, and then Pokemon just kept printing it, putting it out there, and you could get it for below MSRP because there was so much of it, and scalpers couldn't do anything about it. And that was a direct consequence of Pokemon and TPCI buying a manufacturing site, buying a printing press site, and printing nothing but those. And they overprinted, and now they are well aware that they overprinted and probably lost some money on that, and that's part of their own corrections that they have to make as well for the market. Which is possibly what we're also saying now, is that they don't want another Charizard Premium Collection issue where they have to go below MSRP and they don't make the money, and then the distributors don't make money, and so on and so forth. Which is why we're probably seeing some sort of shortages, which is why some of your favorite people like Danny Phantomp and your local game store are getting allocations that are far below what they were getting 3 years ago. It's happening because I think a lot of it has to do with that being a lesson from TPCI, but also you've got scalpers, and Pokemon is going through a boom. It's going through a craze. You've got people like Logan Paul, and you've got people that just think it's an investment. And as somebody who has been playing this game since the day it came out and been collecting this game since the day it came out, I can promise you, you don't have a Charizard worth $5,000. There isn't going to be another. I'm sorry, but your Poliwrath, your Gyarados, from base set, it's not worth what a Charizard's worth. Even if it's base set, it's like $15 on eBay. It's not worth much, and that's kind of how things go. It's based on popularity of Pokemon, it's based on how rare it is and the actual set list. There's a lot of different things, whether it's PSA graded or not. Pokemon is an investment, sure, it's a thing, and I think for most of it, it's actually the sealed product as a investment tool, not necessarily the individual cards. It's not something that people are looking for. Yes, everyone's looking for Charizard, Shadowless First Edition, Ultra Mega Super Duper Rare, whatever you want to call it. Like, everybody's looking for that, and that's always going to be outrageously priced. Yeah, sure, you could sell it, but you also have to sell it to the right person. A card is only really worth what people are willing to pay for it. And don't get me wrong, I get it, some people are willing to pay $5,000 for a base set Charizard. I'm not. I never will be. I don't care if I ever have one again. Hell, I remember when I did have all of those cards and I gave it away at 14 years old because 14-year-olds don't really care about Pokemon, they care about chasing girls. At least they did in, what was it, 2004, 2003? We cared more about chasing girls than we did Pokemon. And I regret giving away my Poliwrath and my first edition Machamp and my first edition Gengar and all the other things that I had. But I don't... It would have been... My collection maybe would have been worth $1,000, $2,000 at today's age. Because again, it's what worth somebody's willing to pay. It's only worth what somebody's willing to pay. Speaking about the current state of affairs, though, and let's change topics and let's get to something a little different. What do I think about it? Again, it's going to change. It's going to dip and rise and dip and rise and dip and rise and dip and rise. It's what it's going to do. It always has. Right now it's particularly bad, I will admit. It's the worst I've ever seen it. And again, I've been collecting and playing Pokemon for 20 plus years. It's gonna dip and rise, and it's the worst it's been. I'll admit, it's the worst it's been. It's hard to find product, especially at my local game store, where we're at this stage where we have to outprice the scalpers, but by doing so, we outprice the 5-year-olds and the 10-year-olds and the people that want to get into this hobby. We end up outpricing them, and it becomes this tug of war between us and the scalpers. Now, I have nothing to do with the store other than I am the professor. I run the tournament while people are there. I don't submit the paperwork. I don't get orders. I don't know what our allocations are. I don't know anything. I don't talk to distributors or anything. I don't know, but I do have a very good relationship with my store manager, and he lets me know these things, or at least clues me in, not necessarily the exact numbers. So we're at a spot now where like the distributors are pricing us at MSRP, so we're forced to go above that, and then the scalpers force us to go a step above so that they don't come in, buy us out, so that none of the customers can get anything, and then they end up selling it to you guys for 200% of what they paid for. It's this weird tug of war chess game that we're all having to do on a business side of things. And again, I don't know all of the intricacies. I wish I did. I've got the store manager. I've got another friend who used to work at a card collecting store, not necessarily a local game store, an actual card collecting store. And this has happened before, especially with the Pokemon Go craze, with the COVID craze. These things have happened before. It's just a part of doing business and a part of the largest media franchise and the most popular media franchise of all time. I mean, here's the numbers. It's the largest ever. It's the most it's the best selling ever, and that's kind of what we have to do with this game. Now, if you are a scalper and you do happen to see my video, I want you to know that you are the scum of the earth. And it's not because I can't afford anything. I have an adult job. I work 40 hours a week and I do this. Now, I'm not making any money from this, but I have an adult job where I make 40 hours a week and I get paid very well. I absolutely could afford dropping $250 on a premium collection, the EV premium. I could absolutely do that. Wouldn't hurt my bank account at all. But it prices out the 10-year-old, and that's what these products are for. That's what this card game is about. It's about kids. Literally, you're a 10-year-old kid in the game, and you go and catch these monsters. Like, it's marketed towards kids. It's supposed to be a children's card game at the end of the day. And we're making it so the kids can't play. Now, I do my best, and I think you guys at your local game stores should probably do your best, even if you have to print proxies or whatever the case. Try to get kids into it. Show kids how to play. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, just more people playing, better. More people collecting, better. You know, if you have duplicates of Delmize V sitting in your pocket, just sitting in your binder, give it away. You don't have to, but give it away. Give it to a kid that's going to love that dang thing. You know, you've got kids out there that love random Pokemon. I have a kid whose favorite Pokemon is Lotad. Now, he's kind of an adult, but kind of is a stretch as well. But his favorite Pokemon is Lotad. My favorite Pokemon is Magikarp. Like, you never know, so give away that Metagross V Max that's just sitting in your binder that is literally worth 12 cents. Give it away. Maybe a kid will enjoy it, and that's how the kid gets into it. Builds a terrible deck around it, but at least gets to play. And isn't that what it's about? Growing the community? Growing a healthy community, not just letting these scalpers win, which is something we can't fight. Be it TPCI needing to print more or buy another printing facility, whether it's distributors being not greedy and or not selling to online stores more than they sell to box brick and mortar stores and all the other things like that, whether it's just influencers like Pokerev and Leonhardt quit being douchebags. Quit with the clickbait titles and the FOMO bullshit. I don't know what the answer is. I do know that my community hasn't suffered that much. As a player, yeah, I'm not really hurt by the things. Like, sure, I don't necessarily like that Pheasantipity's $10, but it's better than going to get an ETB at $80 for Shredded Fables and never pulling one. I don't think it's $80, but it's around there. Speaking of just buying the individual cards, competitive Pokemon really hasn't been hit by this nearly as bad. Yes, you've got your Flareons that are $13, your Sylveons that are $15 for base rarity. Yeah, sure, you've got those cards out, and it is hurting some of the competitive play, but by hurting it, it doesn't really hurt it at all. We're still able to find our Pheasantipities, we're still able to find our Badoos, we're still able to find the alt art Giratina V-Stars. Like, we're able to find those cards. Sure, we're paying for them, but they're available. So competitive really isn't being hurt all that bad. At least I don't think. I don't know about, say, when 156 comes out, or White Flare, Black Bolt, whatever we want to call it. I think it's like I think online it's like 156. But like when that comes out, yeah, it might be a little hard to find some things because it looks like some of the printing is going to be low. But we'll be able to find it as a competitive player. It's not something that I need to really worry about, honestly. Genuinely, I don't. But from a collector's side, it can be a problem. You know, a lot of collectors like to open the packs. A lot of collectors actually collect sealed product. And that's where these scalpers, that's where the problem is. The sealed product, the collector side of this hobby is absolutely hurt. It's damn near decimated unless you are a scalper. Unless you have a direct tie to a distributor, you're gonna be hard pressed. Unless you're Pokerev and just get shit for free, like, you're gonna be hard pressed to find sealed product. And for that, my heart goes out to you. I am not going to be a sealed collector ever. I don't think. I can pretty much guarantee you won't see me opening cards on this channel. I want to be more focused on the game, and I think I've done that so far. That being said, I do feel bad for you guys that do collect open and sealed product, and that's hard. But I promise you it will get better. Genuinely, I do. It will get better. Will it ever go back to vivid voltage days? I don't know. And probably not. Probably not. It will probably not go back to the days of Paldea Evolved where it was everywhere because no one wanted it. Unfortunately, that's probably not going to happen, but it will come down. We'll get back to the $5 packs at your local game store. You'll find product in Walmart again one of these days. I don't know when. Probably does take Pokemon buying another printing facility. Final thoughts though, my last little put a bow on it. Our hobby is going to be fine. It sucks right now. It's at the peak and it sucks. But it will be fine. We'll be okay. It's not the best it's ever been. And did I throw some shade? Yeah, I did. And come at me, bro. I don't care. Overall, we're gonna be okay. Pokemon and the community of Pokemon, of collectors and players and hobbyists and stores and stuff like that, all of that will be okay. But fuck you if you're a scalper.